Breaking. The DNA test that just shattered reality TV's fakest fairy tale has finally been leaked. And baby, it's messier than Bambi's deleted IG stories. You ever seen a whole marriage fall apart in 1080p? Because Lil Scrappy just exposed Bambi with receipts that hit harder than a reunion slap. The test results? He is not the daddy. And now? The divorce is officially confirmed. No PR spin, no second chances, just cold, hard evidence wrapped in scandal, shame, and a little bit of Atlanta tea. But wait, how did we get here? Wasn't this the same couple giving ride or die while low-key dying on the inside? Wasn't Bambi crying in one clip saying we just need privacy while secretly scripting lies that could have won her a BET award? And Scrappy? He went from confused husband to full-blown forensic investigator overnight. DNA, burner phones, deleted messages, we've got it all, and what's about to drop is uglier than Mama D's facial expressions mid-confession. So grab your prayer candles, throw on your bonnet, and cancel your evening plans. Because what we're about to uncover ain't just messy, it's legendary. This ain't reality TV anymore. This is reality exposed. Let's rewind the mess, shall we? The internet barely had time to finish their coffee before chaos struck again. Lil Scrappy, reality TV's forever misunderstood rapper-turned-drama magnet, just broke the internet. And not with a new track or collab, but with something far juicier. A leaked DNA test. Yeah, you heard that right. A whole paternity bomb just detonated in ATL, and the fallout? Nuclear. Bambi, the woman who once stood by his side through every reunion couch cryfest and red carpet fake smile, is now the centerpiece in the wildest plot twist reality TV didn't even have the budget for. Because what started as whispers from anonymous blogs has now spiraled into full-blown chaos. And trust, we're peeling back every juicy layer. So how did we get here? Let's take it from the top. Lil Scrappy and Bambi were once goals, or at least that's what Instagram had us believe. The matching fits, the staged family portraits, the baby gender reveals with glitter cannons, it was all a highlight reel straight out of a scripted fairy tale. But apparently, that fairy tale was edited with more filters than facts. Behind the scenes, rumors were already bubbling. Scrappy's late-night disappearances, Bambi's cryptic quotes about betrayal, and fans piecing together timelines that never quite added up. Still, nothing prepared us for what came next. Enter the anonymous source. A close friend of Scrappy's, who apparently had enough of watching the drama from the sidelines. This source, let's call him Mr. Receipts, leaked not only screenshots of messages, but a whole DNA report. And this wasn't some blurry fax copy from 2002. No, this was a clean, bold-fonted, full-color result page that screamed one thing: Scrappy is not the father. The internet went feral. Within minutes, blogs exploded, Twitter lit up like fireworks. And Bambi? Well, let's just say she stopped posting selfies real quick. According to insiders, she locked herself in her sister's apartment and turned her phone off. Not because she was guilty, of course, but because Scrappy went live. Yep. Our boy Scrappy hit the go live button and gave the world a front row seat to the implosion of his marriage. And let's be real, it was less of a meltdown and more of a public funeral for any remaining trust between them. He didn't hold back. He talked about the years he wasted, the loyalty he gave, the pain of bonding with a child he thought was his. And then, just as he was about to end the live, he held up the DNA test like it was a trophy and said, "They lied to me, but the truth never left." Fans outside his house started chanting DNA, DNA, DNA like it was a sports championship. Local? Atlanta news vans pulled up trying to catch a glimpse of Bambi's reaction. Influencers from all corners jumped into the chaos, recapping the live like it was a season finale. One girl even had a Maury soundboard on standby. Meanwhile, the brands that hadn't already ditched Bambi raced to scrub her face from their social feeds. A top-tier hair brand posted a cryptic story that read, "We stand for authenticity. We do not stand for fake families and hidden daddies." A skincare company quietly unfollowed her and replaced her promo with a meme of Maury, holding an envelope, eyes bulging. Petty level? God tier. And the memes? They were savage. Fans flipped old reunion clips into instant gold. One viral video showed Bambi crying during a season finale while Scrappy rubbed her back, with the caption, When you crying 'cause you lied, but the check still clearing. It racked up over 2 million views in 12 hours. But this ain't just internet clowning. This is VH1-worthy scandal. And guess who smelled a ratings opportunity from 3 counties away? Mona Scott Young. Word on the curb is that she's already pushing for an emergency spin-off called Love and Hip Hop, DNA Wars. And this isn't no cheap spin-off either. She's reportedly offering major reunion checks to anyone who'll sit at that table. Bambi, Scrappy, Mama D, and if he can be found, Rico. Yes, Rico, the alleged real father who's been ducking more calls than a bill collector. According to insiders, Bambi's trying to negotiate her appearance by suggesting a redemption arc, a damage control sit-down where she paints herself as the victim. Allegedly, she'll claim she was manipulated by people in her circle, scared to break Scrappy's heart, and didn't know how to come clean. But fans aren't buying it. The top comment under her last filtered photo says it all. Sis, the truth broke itself, and so did you. Meanwhile, Scrappy is out here flipping pain into profit like a true veteran of the game. In a recent Q&A, he confirmed he's filming a docu-series titled Rebuilt from the Lies, which promises to show betrayal, fatherhood, and how a man finds peace after being played on national TV. At the end of the clip, he looked dead at the camera, winked, and said, "Y'all think I'm petty now? Wait for the bonus footage." And just like that, the audience lost its collective mind. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, this thing is turning legal now. According to a blog that allegedly spoke to Scrappy's legal team, he's looking into filing civil charges for fraud and emotional abuse. If it turns out that Bambi knowingly misled him about paternity and benefited financially, Georgia law might just let Scrappy take back the bag, the house, maybe even that leased luxury car she was stunting in. And in the background of all this, Mama D is living her best life. Right after Scrappy's live, she posted a boomerang from a fancy restaurant, clinking a wine glass captioned, "Sometimes the trash takes itself out." The comments went wild. One person wrote, "Give this woman a crown and a new spin-off." Honestly, give her both. Because let's be real, she called this mess years ago and nobody listened. But now the ATL's most dysfunctional royal family is on full display and the streets are watching every frame. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more explosive, a voicemail leaked. And just when you thought this couldn't get messier, Bambi went from silent to scandalous in 0.2 seconds flat. Because while the internet was still spinning from Scrappy's DNA revelation and Mama D's champagne celebration, someone leaked unseen footage. Yes, you heard right. A secret recording allegedly from a girls' trip in Miami, and let's just say the vibes weren't giving innocent. In the clip, Bambi is overheard venting about being tired of covering for men who ain't even the real baby daddy. Now, whether that was about Scrappy, Rico, or someone entirely new, the streets immediately lost it. Twitter had a meltdown, Reddit went into conspiracy mode, and TikTok detectives? Baby, they pulled out their digital microscopes and started dissecting Bambi's entire timeline like it was a forensic crime scene. One user even synced the leaked audio to her Instagram story from 6 months ago. And it matched, word for word. So now, instead of waiting for Bambi to explain herself, the internet is doing it for her. And let's just say the narrative ain't in her favor. Meanwhile, Scrappy's new docu-series teaser dropped, and honey, it's giving Emmy bait. The man is walking through his childhood neighborhood talking about betrayal like he's narrating a dramatic audiobook. In the background, a slow piano version of No Love. And right when you think he's about to shed a tear, he holds up a baby shoe and whispers, "I just wanted the truth, but she gave me lies dressed as loyalty." The camera zooms in on his face, and boom, cut to black. People are already calling it the most emotional moment since Mimi and the shower rod. And while Scrappy's booking interviews, Bambi's management team is reportedly in full-blown panic mode. According to a leaked group chat, her publicist told her to stay off social media, avoid making any public statements, and under no circumstances try to clap back. But of course, Bambi never listened to advice, and you already know what that means. Late one night, she hopped on a burner Twitter account and tried to do damage control. The tweet said, "Y'all believe anything with a screenshot and a signature. Real ones know what it is. God got me." The post lasted 14 minutes before it was deleted, but not before it got screenshotted, reposted, and dragged into the digital abyss. The replies? Brutal. One user wrote, "Sis, God left the chat when you mailed that fake paternity letter." Another said, "Hope he's helping you pack that closet before the repo truck shows up." Meanwhile, Scrappy's fan base is thriving. They've created merch, started a podcast called Paternity and Petty, and even launched a fundraiser called Our Truth Over Tears, supposedly, to support other men who've been lied to about fatherhood. It's giving organized chaos with a mission statement. But let's get into the Rico situation, because he's not just some side note anymore. Turns out Rico, the man allegedly involved with Bambi during her happily married days, has a history of avoiding responsibility. A promoter, a low-budget rapper, and, according to a bartender at a Buckhead lounge, the type to tip in drink tokens. So not exactly Father of the Year material, but now, he's being pushed into the spotlight whether he likes it or not. A voice memo surfaced last night, allegedly Bambi leaving him a message about cleaning up this mess before it ruins both our lives. The timing? Suspicious. The tone? Desperate. And the fans? Eating it up. Bloggers are labeling Bambi the queen of cover-ups and calling Rico the invisible baby daddy. Memes are flying with captions like, "When you play Sims with real people's lives and forget to save the game." But what's even crazier is that VH1 producers are now in a bidding war for that leaked Miami footage. Word is the girl who recorded it was promised a contract and a producer credit if she hands it over. And from what we've heard, there's more than just drunken confessions. There's video, timestamps, receipts. If that hits airwaves, Bambi might not just lose face, she might lose her entire career. One insider claimed Mona Scott Young told execs, "This ain't just a scandal, it's a season arc. Get the cameras ready." And guess who's suddenly looking for a lawyer? Bambi. Apparently, she's been calling around asking for crisis, PR, legal consultations, and how to legally block an episode from airing. Spoiler, you can't. Especially when the paperwork you signed says, you waive all rights to not being exposed as messy on national television. And speaking of legalities, Scrappy's lawyer isn't slowing down. In a recent IG Live, he gave a cryptic statement saying, "We're preparing documents and exploring financial compensation for emotional damages and reputational harm." Translation, they're coming for Bambi's purse. And if Georgia law plays in Scrappy's favor, she might be writing checks instead of captions soon. Meanwhile, Mama D is out here thriving like it's her own reality show. She posted another video, this time reading a book titled How to Spot a Liar While Sipping a Martini. Fans are calling her the messy anti-prophet, and honestly, it fits. Because she predicted all of this and the lies, the tears, the scandal, and now she's watching it unfold like the season finale of her own royal drama. Even her nemesis from 3 seasons ago sent her flowers with a note that said, "You were right. She ain't it." But back to Bambi. Because the streets are saying she's planning a last-ditch confession interview, a sit-down one-on-one with a media outlet to tell her truth. The problem? The public doesn't want her truth anymore. They want the facts, the receipts, the tea. Not filtered explanations wrapped in soft lighting and designer tissue boxes. And unless she's planning to come clean with full transparency and some real accountability, it's likely to backfire. Especially since fans already believe her apology is being written by a crisis PR intern, and not her actual conscience. Oh, and before we forget, someone leaked alleged text messages between Bambi and a close friend where she admits, "I never thought he'd actually test it. He always believed what I told him." That line alone sparked 1,000 think pieces and had men across the internet shouting, "Test the baby!" It's a movement now. TikTok challenges, parody songs, even a viral chant at a local open mic night. The culture has spoken, and Bambi is officially not the victim. As we wrap up this section, know this. The drama isn't just online anymore. It's creeping into courtrooms, contracts, and bank accounts. Scrappy's rebuilding, Rico's hiding, and Bambi's spinning. But we're just getting started. And just like that, the final chapter of this DNA drama hit harder than anyone expected. Because boom, the divorce papers are real, signed, stamped, and filed. Scrappy officially cut the last emotional and legal tie with Bambi. And word is, he didn't just walk away, he strutted out like he was on the BT red carpet. Sources say he filed first, caught her completely off guard, and even included a handwritten note that read, "Respectfully, you played yourself." The courtroom tea was scorching. Bambi allegedly broke down when the judge asked if she had anything to say, but not because she was sorry. No, sis was shook that the prenup she forgot to read is about to leave her with less than a wig budget. And the real kicker? Scrappy's team is requesting a court order for DNA testing on all the children retroactively to make sure everything adds up. That move alone sent the internet into a meltdown. People are calling it the Maury move of the year, and Scrappy? He's getting praise like he's the new face of justice for emotionally scammed husbands. Meanwhile, the footage from that infamous Miami trip finally surfaced, and baby, Mona Scott Young is already editing it into a 2-part special titled Lies in the Sand. It's got everything. Bambi drinking from a coconut while whispering, "He ain't never gonna know," one of her friends nervously asking, "Girl, what if the baby don't look like him?" And Bambi laughing, "We'll cross that bridge if it cries like him." That moment broke the internet. Instagram therapists came out the woodwork diagnosing Bambi with manipulation syndrome. TikTok reenactments hit 1 million likes in under an hour. Even a pastor on Facebook used the clip in his Sunday sermon about consequences. And while Bambi spiraled offline, Scrappy was seen with his lawyer walking into a meeting with BET execs, smiling like a man with a fresh NDA and a bag, waiting. Apparently, they're discussing a limited series on his post-divorce glow-up, working title Reclaiming Scrappy. And get this, Mama D will co-host the reunion special. The streets ain't ready. Speaking of Mama D, she posted a slow-mo video walking through her garden in a tiara and bathrobe with the caption, "Royalty rises from realness." Fans crowned her Queen of Petty and even started a petition for her to get her own courtroom-style reality show called The People's Mama. But back to the real plot twist. Leaked footage from Bambi's sister's apartment. Yes, the same place she hid out during the initial scandal. Security cam audio picked up a heated convo between Bambi and her sister, where she reportedly screams, "I didn't think this would go that far. I just needed time to fix things before he found out." Her sister replies, "You've been playing a dangerous game. Now everybody knows, and he's never gonna forgive you." That right there? It's the final nail in the coffin of her victim narrative. At this point, even her former allies are switching sides. Brands that once had her on mood boards now have her on block lists. One eyelash company released a statement, "We believe in bold looks, not bold lies." Oop. Meanwhile, Rico has officially ghosted the world. No club appearances, no Instagram posts, just radio silence. A source close to him claims he's not emotionally ready for fatherhood or fame, and has allegedly skipped town to avoid media questions. Another rumor says Mona tried to offer him a cameo appearance for $10K and a chain, but he declined. Because he ain't trying to be a meme, too late. The meme's already circulating, Rico's face photoshopped into a Where's Waldo cover with the caption, "Where's the daddy?" But let's talk legal stakes because they're getting real. Scrappy's attorney has reportedly filed a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress, basically saying Bambi not only lied, but did so with full awareness and intent to profit off the image of a happy family. If it goes through, Bambi could owe Scrappy damages, not just emotional, but financial. We're talking child support, reimbursement, court fees, and a possible lawsuit from a brand who pulled out of a deal citing image misrepresentation. That could add up to 6 figures real quick. And while she's dealing with that, Scrappy's sitting pretty in the spotlight. He's been offered a book deal, a speaking tour, and even a podcast called Truth Over Tears. And get this, the podcast teaser ends with him holding the now famous DNA results and saying, "When they lie, you rise." Fans are eating it up. And let's be real, who wouldn't? The man turned one of the most humiliating moments of his life into a full-blown redemption arc with ratings, royalties, and revenge. But what's next for Bambi? Word is she's planning to leave Atlanta altogether and move somewhere quiet. Maybe even out the country for a while. She's told friends she wants to start over where nobody knows her. Problem is, when you get exposed this hard, the internet knows you everywhere. One fan said it best, "You can move to the moon, sis, but that DNA lives on Earth." And now, with fans demanding a tell-all from Scrappy, an extended reunion episode in production, and even reality TV producers from other networks circling for spin-off rights, this saga shows no signs of slowing down. And just as we thought it was wrapping up, another bombshell dropped. A voicemail. From Bambi's sister to Scrappy, crying, begging, pleading, "Please don't release the full video, it'll destroy her." Spoiler alert, he's gonna release it. So now that the DNA results have detonated, the divorce is confirmed, the brands have vanished like Bambi's storyline, and Scrappy just collected the biggest "I told you so" in reality TV history. The only question left is, whose side are you on? Are you still clinging to Team Bambi, hoping there's some twisted explanation behind the lies and silence? Or are you officially riding with Scrappy, the man who turned a whole betrayal into a bag, a docuseries, and a fanbase revival stronger than ever? And what about Mama D? Should we just go ahead and elect her petty president for 2025? Because, let's be real, the way she's sipping wine while the empire burns is nothing short of iconic. But don't get comfortable, because we're not done. The voicemail leaks, the unreleased footage from that girls' trip, the deleted texts allegedly pulled from an old iCloud account, they're all bubbling under the surface, waiting to blow this story up even bigger. And trust, we'll be right here to drag it out and pour that tea steaming hot. So if you live for the drama, breathe sarcasm, and know the truth always comes with receipts, go ahead and smash that like button. Like it owes you child support. Hit that subscribe so you never miss another plot twist from the messiest corners of celebrity chaos. And turn on those notifications, because this isn't just a scandal, it's a saga. A DNA-drenched, wig-snatching, storyline-busting reality show in real life. Drop your wildest theories in the comments. Who's leaking what? Who's lying? Next, and is Bambi planning a comeback or a full vanishing act? One thing's for sure, the drama's not over, and neither are we. Stay messy, stay tuned, and remember, over here, the tea never sleeps.